Well, the chickie babies are here. We had to go pick them up at the mailbox. 7:30 right now. 8 little baby frizzles. So to get these guys started, you just take a chick, dip its little beak in water, make sure he's drinking. Pop off, little guy. Pop off, little guy. They've traveled all the way from Texas to get their California drink of water. Ooh, what is that? Ooh, what is that? They're tired, Dad. They're ready to take a nap. Ooh, he likes that water. Oh, here we go. Get a little drinky there, buddy. Ooh. 8 little success stories. Watch out, little guy. What's that? Little baby frizzles. I wonder what they're gonna look like when they get bigger, Dad. Ooh, how would you like to do 100 of these? I'm coming for you, little guy. Last one. Go get you some water, buddy. All right, that's it. I'm gonna get them hydrated, and probably about 3 hours from now I'm gonna give them some food so they don't get pasty butt. And that's it. I bet you can tell the females from the males just by the color. Don't peck his little eyeball. You think they can tell where their heat is at? See, I told you they'd go in their water. Some tips for taking care of your baby poultry. You want to make sure that the babies have arrived if you got them in the mail. If they're dehydrated, you want to make sure that you get them hydrated before you feed them so they don't get pasty bottom. Live poultry can be a source of microorganisms, so make sure that when you're handling them, you don't put your hands near your face or your mouth, or they're walking around in their own feces, so you don't want to hug them or kiss them, as cute as they are. Make sure that you start them with their litter covered with paper towels or burlap or something, so that they don't get what's called spraddle-legged. That's when their legs go out from underneath them and they can't walk. It's just not good for them to walk around on the pine shavings right away. You want to make sure that you check each and every one of your chicks. All 8 of my chicks have come out and gotten water. They're sleeping in the meanwhile, but they're getting used to walking around, and I have the grow gel in there so they can just get hydrated, and I've been throwing just a little bit of cornmeal and the food for them to eat. I'm going to put the food in there at about 3 hours after I make sure that they're hydrated. I just don't want them to get pasty bottom. The baby poultry, of course, needs heat during the first few weeks. They can't maintain their own body heat. I have a brooder plate here. It's a really nice plate. The chicks really like it. They're all underneath there. After 2 days, I'm going to give them fresh water for 2 days. I have sugar water in there right now. After that, I'm going to give them a vitamin supplement with electrolyte in it. So 3 days of the fresh water, then give them electrolyte for the next few days. Every other week you can give them electrolyte. It's not going to hurt them. I'm going to mix the apple cider vinegar in with the electrolyte starting in 3 days with the apple cider vinegar. Another tip about handling your baby chicks, you want to make sure that if you have young children, that for the first 3 or 4 days while they're just getting their little intestines are working through the food and it's mashing it up and they're learning how to get their water and their grit, you don't want to add to the stress by letting the little children handle the chicks at this point. You want them to be tame and everything, and you want to make your pet chicken, but you don't want to hurt the chicken. So while they're learning how to eat and learning how to succeed, you want to make sure that they're off limits. So you can look, but you can't touch at this point, is the philosophy, I would think. So I've introduced the food now. Their system has run clear. I was watching as the chicken has clear poop, as good as I can say it. So now I'm introducing the food. I put some on the floor of the brooder. I'm just checking them out. They're doing really well. This is actually the local museum in Willow Creek. It's the Willow Creek Plaque Museum. There's a lot of interesting historic artifacts here that I think you will find particularly interesting. I'm a big believer. You see the big statue, probably one of your great-grandfathers. I'm not a Bigfoot. That's Albert Medea right there. I'm a human being. Well, all the chicks came in. They're doing really well. I have 8 chickens that are getting water and food, and they're bouncing around. They're eating their grow gel, and I scrambled them egg yolk so that they could eat the egg. They're just doing really, really good. So hope that you enjoyed the videos that I'm going to be putting out of my new Frizzle Bantams. Okay, have a nice day.